fear is not your friend. And I'll tell you why. The other night, because I like to do my meditations and everything, and everything's really quiet in nature, and I had this feeling, this terror. I've had it different times, it's like, and I know it's connected to death, and it's connected to how that would happen, or would it be painful, or would I miss it and get back into the reincarnation thing, or not be in it. See, this is the mind. That's it working. That's how it works. So then it was like, but what I noticed, I went right into it to feel it, and the fear is the fear of that feeling. That's what it is. And it's like a program running in a computer, even though we're not compared to a computer. There's nothing that can compare to you and your divine capabilities and who you are. Don't believe all that stuff. That's a big lie. And it's always about, when anybody is telling you that how you can't do this, you're not able to do this, this is who you are, this is what's going to happen. Nobody knows the future. And what happens is how these, in that sense of people making, like, say, Nostradamus, these are going to happen there and there. Well, that's the plan, and then people make that happen, or whoever they are, machines, whatever it is, make that happen. When it's with the divine, us with being who we really are, in that spiritual divine reality, all is in harmony. And fear is this like an implant that keeps people in anxiety and stress and agitation and hate and all of this. And love has no opposite. Fear is not the opposite of love. That places fear in the category that's even opposite to love. Fear is a slime. It is such a lie. It is, and what it is, it's the mind. If you want to know the mind of the demon in the mind, it is the mind. And if you're listening and following it and doing what it tells you, you don't have any power. So to take your power back, and what happens, part of taking your power back, is the fear of the fear. And it's the fear of letting go of the fear of letting go of the fear, as if fear is protecting you and your friend when it isn't. It's all part of any kind of, if you've ever been in relationship with a psychopath of some reality, or even a sociopath, because they're different, and that's actually a label maybe given to, maybe it's a different species who are, maybe they're soulless somehow, or I don't know. But that's what keeps a lot of people from really realizing about who they are and the powers that they are and their abilities, and that some of the things that are happening around in the world are maybe because people say, well, I can't believe anything like this would happen because a human being would never have to do that. It's probably true. So if it is happening, maybe there's some other kind of an influence on people. So the fear, then you have to look at what are you using fear for? So you got to all go back to ownership. You got to go back to taking ownership of authorship of your choices. We don't know how or why, but we have agreed and make choices that have brought humanity as a collective and as such to a state of such conflict and everything. And I know, because my mind was my worst enemy. Torment me. Oh, you tell me. And then I work with people about how to get over that. You don't need to be tormenting yourself, because that is like a computer program running, and it's also a part of the fear of not surviving, the fear of death, and all of this. And when we're in tune with the divine, there's nothing to be afraid of at all. And there's nothing to worry about. When you know something to do, you do. You don't have to terrify yourself to make changes. You don't have to beat yourself up to drop a bad habit that you don't want anymore, that's not working for you. When I used to have that situation of drinking the alcohol, and when I really realized it made me feel miserable, the things I did and all this stuff, and I really wanted to get rid of it, I realized stop feeling guilty, because that was part of it. But it was actually a medication of some kind that turned bad. You know, it really didn't work. And when then I asked my divine partner to eliminate that taste, and it did. See, it's like most people just accept the verdict. They just go by what somebody else tells them. Like they'll handle my life. Really? When there's so much information out there on all this and that and this and that, if you bring it right to your center, the very basics, and right where you are, you're whole, completely perfect, and the divine is with you, and you're part of it. If you're going to real divine be, you got to activate your divine nature. And it's the fear and then the guilt that actually keeps this reincarnation machine operating as this ever-ready energy battery of endless free energy. Creative power, because that's who we are. So in anything, when you don't use fear, it doesn't mean you're not aware of what's going on or what's happening or what you need to do, or anything. You always know. You are wisdom. Trust your knowing, not your mind. And know the difference. Know the distinction. Distinctions are important. Yeah. Okay, so your friend, your best friend, is yourself. The divine, the beloved, your buddy. And as you flow that, you're in love all the time. Look how beautiful this is. This screen, it's just so lovely. It must be what else here. So, practice what it feels like to not have fear. When I went deep into that feeling, and I realized it's an implant. The feeling itself is the fear. It's the fear of that feeling. I just let it just get rid of it. Breathe it out. Let it go. Let it go. Don't have any part of you anymore. There's nothing to do.